Hello dear students, hope you all are doing well. In this video, we are going to discuss from your class 12th English textbook Flamingo, Chapter 1, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Flamingo, Chapter 1, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Alphonse Daudet was a French novelist and a short story writer. The chapter Last Lesson is set in the days of Franco-Prussian War that took place between 1870 and 1871. In that war, France was defeated by Prussia, led by Bismarck. In this story, two districts of France, Alsace and Lorraine, have passed into Prussian hands. In this story, Alphonse Daudet basically talks about two major things. Number one, impacts of wars on the minds of young children, the school-going children. Number two, the importance of our mother tongue, our own language, the language that we speak. So, in this story, there are two main characters, and character number one is Franz. Franz is a school-going boy. He is a little boy. He is a student. And the other person is his teacher, and the name of that person is Mr. M. Hamel. Mr. M. Hamel is a very strict teacher, and generally his students don't like him because of his harsh behavior, because he is strict, but actually he really loves his children, he loves his school, he loves his country. But very often his students misunderstand him, and this Franz was one of them. So the story starts like this. The story starts with the morning, and this morning the story actually starts with Franz in the morning. The Franz started late, very late this particular morning, and he is not at all happy. The reason why that he is not happy, because his teacher gave him homework, and that homework seems to be very difficult. That homework was learning the rules of participles. So, because he was unable to complete his homework in time, or he was unable to complete his homework at all, so therefore he wanted to avoid going to school, and already he was late, he was in panic, but he could not avoid going to school, so therefore he had to get ready to go to the school. So he got up, and when he left his house, when he went out, then the weather was bright, the day was bright, the birds were chirping, and there was one more thing, the soldiers, Prussian soldiers, they were drilling, and all those things were so beautiful, so tempting, and he really wanted to enjoy these things throughout the day. But he collected the strength to resist all these temptations. Why? Because he knew that his teacher was very strict, and suppose he does not go to school the next day, he would have to suffer the wrath of his teacher, M. Hamel, because he knew that his teacher was very strict. So therefore, he starts his journey. So while he was still on the way, he reaches a place called Town Hall. So when he passed through the Town Hall, he saw that there was a crowd. The Town Hall was surrounded by a crowd. And he thought that there must be some usual bad news, because that bulletin board, there was a bulletin board near that town hall. Bulletin board was a kind of a notice board, and always bad news was there. Lost battles, draft, orders of the commanding officers, all such things were there. So he simply wanted to avoid that, ignore that, because already he was getting late to go to the school. And and he continues his journey to the school. And there was a man called Wachter. He was a blacksmith. He was standing there along with his apprentice, and he saw this boy that he was in hurry, and he seems to be panicked, because that person, blacksmith, he understood that what could be the reason for that. So therefore he tried to console him. He told him that don't make too haste, because you have plenty of time to reach to your school. And at that time, this little boy, he misunderstood that person. He thought that man was simply making fun of him, and so simply he ignored him, and he continues his journey to the school. So now finally he reaches his school, all out of breath, panting. He reaches his school, and when he reaches his school, there was some strange atmosphere outside and also inside. Usually every day, always there used to be hustle and bustle in the school. Students, little children chanting, reciting their lessons loudly in unison, and the sound, the voices of closing and opening of desks. But that day, the atmosphere seems to be a little strange, different. So he was unable to understand why that change was there. And finally he reaches the door of his class, and he wanted to enter without being noticed, without being seen by anyone. And he was standing on the door, and he was unable to understand the reason that why there was extreme silence. And his teacher saw him, and this student thought that the teacher would scold him. But the teacher did not scold him, and simply he welcomed him, and he said that, go to your place, little Franz, we were beginning without you. Franz was quite amazed, surprised to see this changed behavior of his teacher. And then after this, Franz goes and takes his seat. He settles comfortably, and finally when he settles comfortably on his seat, then he began to notice some major changes in the class. He saw that his teacher, he was wearing a special suit, different suit, his frilled shirt and his little black silk cap, all embroidered, and the cloth, the suit that he was wearing, the hat that he was wearing, all those things he would really wear, especially on some special days, especially on inspection days, the prize days. So this boy was unable to understand that why that his teacher was wearing that special suit, because that was not a special day. And then one by one he began to notice different things of the class. He saw that the strangest thing that he saw inside the class was that the back benches, which were always unoccupied, they were occupied by the villagers. And what villagers were sitting there? All people of all ages, old people, young people, and that entire room was full of people. The back benches were also occupied, and the former postmaster, the former mayor, Hauser, and different people. And he was unable to understand that the new change inside the classroom. And when he was still wondering, then all of a sudden his teacher M. Himmel, he got up and he made an announcement. And you know what was the announcement? The announcement was that, I would read that announcement for you. My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master comes tomorrow. This is the last French lesson. I want you to be very attentive. When the teacher made this announcement, so this announcement was like a thunderclap for this little child. He was not at all mentally ready for this kind of announcement. Though he never paid any attention, he never gave his time in his studies to learn his own language. He did not like his teacher also. But all of a sudden this change came upon him, over him. And his behavior is changed towards his language, his teacher. And all of a sudden he became extremely sad. And at this time, he understood the reason, the secret of the bulletin board, that why there was crowd around that bulletin board. And why that bulletin board was covered, surrounded by so many people. And then all of a sudden he became very much emotional, and he starts regretting for all his works of not paying attention to his language. Instead of going to the school, he went to different places. He went to different places to enjoy his time, to pass his time, and he avoided going to the school. And he was so sad. And all of a sudden he started feeling love towards this man, though that man was cranky, that man was a short-tempered man, a strange man, but still there was something unique in that man. and this boy was, he was able to find out that uniqueness. Think about that uniqueness that Mr. M. Himmel had, and he started loving M. Himmel also. And then one by one the different things started happening into his mind, the mind of this little child. And while he was still lost in his imaginations, suddenly, all of a sudden, his name was called. For what his name was called? His name was called because the teacher remembered that he gave a homework to this child. And we all now we know that this boy was unable to complete his homework, and his turn comes, and he got up. This child got up, and he really wanted to speak on that topic, but unfortunately, because he did not prepare his lesson, he did not learn anything in that. But from the bottom of his heart, he really did not want to disappoint his teacher. But he was helpless. He knew nothing of it, and he simply stood saying no words at all. And after this, he thought that Mr. M. Himmel was going to be extremely angry on him. But then Mr. M. Himmel intervenes, and he says, "Don't worry, little Franz, I will not scold you on this." But he adds that, "But you must feel bad for this because you did not learn your lesson." And then Mr. M. Himmel makes three categories, the people, the three different categories that he blames. So, taking the example of this little France, he says, first of all, the first category, that all the students of France must feel bad. They are to be blamed. Why? Because they have the habit of always postponing the things, learning on tomorrow, and they never paid attention in their studies, and they always prefer to do some other thing. So therefore, the first category that he blames was all the student community of France. And number two is the parents. The parents, instead of sending the children to the school, they prefer to send their children to work because they were greedy. They were after money. And the third category, that was he himself. He says that I am also to be blamed. Why? Because instead of teaching you sometimes when I did not feel like teaching, so I sent you to water my plants, and whenever I wanted to go for fishing, so I declared a holiday. So therefore, I also at times was careless at some points. So therefore, he makes these three different categories, and one by one he blames. And then after this, he begins to glorify his language. He says that his French language was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest language, the most logical language. And then he gives a golden rule to his students, and that golden rule I would like to read for you. Golden rule, and this is I'll read it for you. Language, the most logical, we must guard it among us and never forget it. Because when a people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. Means, if we know our language, if we have command over our language, then always there is a way out. Even if we are enslaved, we are made slaves, always we'll have access to our freedom. Always we will be able to come out of our bondage of the slavery if we have the command over our language. So this is the golden rule that this teacher gives to all his students. And then after this, he starts with his grammar lesson, and grammar lesson was very interesting. And this little child, friends, he was understanding each and every word of this grammar lesson. He was so involved in that, and he understood that lesson as never before. And the teacher also seems to be teaching as never before. And the interaction was so good, and it seemed that the teacher wanted to teach everything, or to tell everything that he had in his heart with one single stroke to his students, because he knew that was now or never. Students also knew that was now or never. So therefore, they did not want to miss that opportunity, that chance. and then after the grammar lesson, writing lesson, and during that writing lesson also, there was extreme pin drop silence inside the class. Only the voices of the noise, the sound made by the pens, the scratching sound, that was because of the pen, as the students were writing something, drawing something on the paper. So that was that sound only. And during that class, some beetles also flew in, and the little children, usually what happens when inside the class something happens, some outside activities take place, so we are distracted and we begin to look towards those things. But that day was a special day, and the students simply avoided those beetles, and they continued their work. And one more thing happened in this scene. This boy looked towards the pigeons which were they were there on the roof. The pigeons were on the roof, and this boy began to get emotional for the pigeons also, and he began to think that will these Germans make even the pigeons sing their language? So he was so panicked, he was so emotional. Why he thought like that? Because the way the Germans influenced the people of France, the people, the young children, the young, the old, the women, men, and all. And the same way he thought that the same way these Germans are going to influence even all the animals also. The animals will also learn their language. So therefore he was getting extremely emotional. And then he noticed his teacher. The student noticed his teacher, and the teacher was one by one he was gazing the things of the classroom, because things also have value when we know that we are these things are going to be taken away from us forever. So therefore, one by one, each and everything this teacher was gazing with emotions, and as he really wanted to fix everything in his mind, because he had been serving in that same school for the last 40 years. So he was emotionally attached, not only with the people, but also with the things. And then after this is the last part, and I would like to read this part for you people. But he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last. After the writing, we had a lesson in history, and then the babies chanted their ba, be, bi, bo, bu, the basic letters. Down there at the back of the room, old Hauser had put on his spectacles and, holding his primer in both hands, spelled the letters with them. You could see that he too was crying. So this man, he was an old man, but still he was also crying, and his voice seems to be strange, because babies were chanting those letters, and along with that, this man also joined them. So therefore, his voice seems to be strange, and also he was crying. So therefore, his voice was mixed with emotions. Was crying, his voice trembled with emotion, and it was so funny to hear him that we all wanted to laugh and cry. How well I remember that last lesson. And then after that, all at once the church clock struck 12, then the Angelus. At the same moment, the trumpets of the Prussians returning from drill sounded under the windows. M. Himmel stood up very pale. Why very pale? Because he knew that his last time in that school, at that place, had come. In his chair, I never saw him look so tall. My friends said, these are the words of M. Himmel, I. Why twice? Because he was unable to speak fluently. Why? Because something choked him. He could not go on. Then he turned to the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, and bearing on with all his might, he wrote as large as he could. And you know what he wrote? He wrote, Vive la France, meaning long live France. Then he stopped and leaned his head against the wall, and without a word he made a gesture to us with his hand. School is dismissed, you may go. So those last words he could not utter. Why? Because he knew that if he speaks anything, then he will start crying, and he did not want to do that in front of his children, his students. So simply by the gesture of his hand, he told his students that the class was dismissed and they may go. So this is the end of the chapter, and I hope that you have enjoyed and you have learned something in this chapter. And there are some questions, textual questions, which are given in this particular lesson. So I would like to read these questions for you, and along with some hints, some answers also, and then after that I'll give you 5 questions for practice. Question number 1: what was France expected to be prepared with for school that day? What was that? Rules for the participles. What did France notice that was unusual about the school that day? That there was extreme silence in the school, and also there were other changes also that I have discussed with you people. What are the other changes? That the teacher was wearing the unique dress, and also the back benches which were always unoccupied, they were occupied. So what had been put up on the bulletin board? What was that? The notice that had come from Berlin that from the next day, no teaching of French in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. So just and after that, what changes did the order from Berlin cause in the school that day? That all of them, they came to give tribute. All the villagers, they came to give tribute to the teacher, and also to show their honor, respect towards their country. How did Franz feeling about M. Himmel and the school change? The same boy who hated his teacher because he was very strict, and all of a sudden, when he comes to know that he was never going to see the face of this teacher, all of a sudden he was moved with love towards this teacher. So I hope that you have understood all these questions, and these are the questions for practice. I hope that the questions are visible. If not, then I will read out also these questions for you. Question number 1: what dread did little Franz have when he started for the school in the morning? I repeat, what dread did little Franz have when he started for the school in the morning? Question number 2: what things tempted little Franz to keep away from the school? I repeat, what things tempted little Franz to keep away from the school? Question number 3: how was the scene in the school in the morning of the last lesson different from that of the other days? Once again, how was the scene in the school in the morning of the last lesson different from that of the other days? Question number 4: what did Mr. M. Himmel say when Franz failed to recite the rules for the participles? What did Mr. M. Himmel say when Franz failed to recite the rules for participles? Question number 5: reproduce in your own words what Franz did or thought on his way to school. I repeat, reproduce in your own words what Franz did or thought on his way to school. I hope that the questions were clear. So take care and have a nice day. Thank you so much.